discussing how to age healthy, how to have healthy aging, even if you love to eat the yummy sweet stuff. And so, so how we're gonna do that? How can you have the healthy skin, the healthy look, that kind of thing? So that is what we are going to talk about. And if you're on the call, please introduce yourself, and I will say hi to you. And if I don't say hi to you right at the beginning, I will say hi to you during the call, or at the end of the call, or after the call in the comment section. If you have any questions, please comment below, and I will certainly do my best to answer your question as soon as possible. So, so let's get started here. Let's figure out what it is that gives us the healthy aging to make us look good, to make us feel good, that kind of thing. And I can almost certain for certain to tell you that healthy aging, how you look, how you feel, it almost always begins with your inner self, your how you feel about yourself, how you see yourself, how you look at others. It's your feeling, your expressions that you give off would really uh, give you an idea of where you are in your healthy aging. Um, some have higher stress levels than others. Others tend to let things go more easily. Others, hold on to grudges, and while others are able to let go of those grudges easily. And you know, in all honestly, those who are holding on to those grudges, those who are who are always angry and upset, and they get stressed more, right? And they tend to be much older looking in their life. And that is true for many cases. So, so it's what we do, and it's how you feel about yourself, which is very important in everything that we are about. So I'm hoping that you will certainly help yourself find a way to have a healthier, um, just to live a healthier lifestyle emotionally. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Welcome to my call. It's great to have you. And so, it's so how do we know that we are, even if we are having a great type of expression, we're not allowing ourselves to get so caught up in things. How are we able to maintain a healthier skin or anything like that? And because reality is, even if we do all these things, we could still look older than our age, right? And especially as we get into our 40s or 50s or 60s, yeah, it's crazy. So one of the things that we really need to do also is that we really have to be able to eat healthy, make the right kind of food choices. No one would ever say, unless you are a complete fanatic, no one's ever going to say that you have to stop eating the sweets, or you have to stop eating some of the bad foods. But what reasonable people would say is that you really need to make more of the right choices in your food. Eat less of the sugars, eat less of the bad stuff, and eat more of the better stuff. But don't overdo yourself so much that you begin to hate everything that you're eating, and you're not enjoying life at all. Because you have to be willing to enjoy it as well. And with my wife, fixing some very yummy Filipino food. Man, if I was to start eating that stuff, oh my goodness, it would be so depressing. Because the pork, the with the soy sauce, oh my goodness, so good. But that stuff has salt in it, right? And it's not always the best for you. But I like it, right? So you have to be look at your healthy choices and find ways that you can cut in other areas that you're able to cut and be much more healthy, because that's what it's all about. We have to be more active. We should not be sedentary. We should not be couch potatoes, sitting on the couch all the time watching movies or whatever, constantly YouTube videos. That we shouldn't be doing that as well. So we have to be more active, and that goes in all areas of life, whether you are working your business or you're taking care of children or whatever you're doing, living at home or you're working. You really need to maintain more of an active lifestyle, while at the same time taking the breaks needed for yourself to recoup, and also to have time for yourself if you're that kind of person. Now, some people love to be social bugs, and others like to have more time for themselves. But even with the social bugs, they like to have time for themselves as well. They need a moment to relax and focus on their own needs, and you have to do that as well, which is very, very important. You have to be able to also cultivate your relationships. Uh, I think this is a very big one. It goes into your emotions, what we talked about at the very, very beginning. And because if you don't have good relationships, then the stress will continue to rise. And so, if you're married, if you don't have a good relationship with your spouse, it's a very stressful situation, right? And there's nothing that you can really do about it unless you are strong enough to resist the temptations of quote unquote getting back at the person, and you're finding ways to really help try to change the course a little bit. And when you're able to do that, then you're able to change that relationship a little bit more. Now, obviously, sometimes you just can't save, but for the most part, if it's if there was a love there at the beginning, if there was a spark there at the beginning, it could always be found again. And so many people quit so quickly, so early because of the tough times, instead of just try to break through and finding uh, define what is needed to get through to that difficult time, and to make their marriage that much stronger. It's true in every relationship. So, and that's what we really have to do. We have to look past our own self sometimes, and really begin to find ways to be a blessing. We have to be able to also get enough sleep. I find myself, if I don't have enough sleep, if I only have 2-3 hours sleep, I tend to be more cranky than if I had like 6 hours sleep or more. So it's very, very important. Um, what has helped me also with feeling healthier, or feeling less stressed, or feeling like I'm getting more upset. If I feel like I'm getting irritated with somebody, I would actually tell them that I'm feeling a little bit irritated, not at them, because I know it's not them that's really being irritating. It's really me that's feeling irritated, and I'll just say, I'm feeling really irritated. I don't know why. I'm trying, but I really want to be able to. So I don't want to break out anything, but I just want to let you know that for some reason I'm just feeling a little bit agitated, and I just or I'm trying to uh, not get overreact to things. And that tends to help me quite a bit. It helps me to um, de-escalate a little bit, and to have a different kind of view on things, and it kind of disarms any kind of agitation or irritation that I have within me that's taking place at the moment. That typically happens for me when I'm really tired, actually. Or the other one is I'm really wanting to do something, but then it's like I keep getting pulled in a certain direction. So I have to take a deep breath and okay, and then and go to the and move over to what is needed at that very moment. And so we could really do those things. We could really make things happen for ourselves. And I know you can't do. When it comes to the skin, there's some great skin products that you should really consider. And I won't go into detail on any specific product, but there's some great products out there. Whatever product you use, if you want to maintain a healthy skin, I've used them before. Guys, it's okay to use skincare products to wash your face. I've done it so many times. I've used even what do you call that? The skin invigorating brush, the thing that kind of knocks off all the bad stuff on your face. That brush, that hard thing. I can't remember what it's called, but you can do that, guys. It's okay to do that. I've done it so many times, and I always feel like my face is that much cleaner. And if I don't do it for a few days, I can really feel the negative effects of not keeping my face clean. So it's really important to do that as well. And there's some great products out there, so you just have to look for them, but they are there. Jennifer, so you said working nights was a killer, and 12-hour shifts plus commute. You unfortunately saw me. Yeah, that's so true. It's when you're not getting the sleep and you're working the 12-hour plus. Yeah, it's so true. Even for me, when I was working at the location I was working at, I really got to the point of where I was feeling a bit stressed or not wanting to be there, and I don't know why that is. I don't know why I was feeling that way, but but later on you realize that it's because you're really meant for a specific thing. Working for somebody else you have to do it sometimes. I mean, there's nothing wrong with working for anybody else. You have to do it in order to make money. But when it's not really your calling, and you just want to, that you realize that owning your own business is where you are wanting to be, then you tend to gravitate toward that. You will always gravitate back to where your calling will be. And the more that you resist that calling, the more that you resist what is really meant for you, the harder it becomes, and the more difficult it becomes, and the more stressed you feel, the more you begin to age, those kind of things. And it's really true. It's because you're not being happy. And when you're not being happy with yourself, with others, that really comes out in everything that you do. From being at home to being at work, even if you're a business that you do not enjoy, you do not like anymore, it's the exact same thing. So there's many areas of life that we can focus on. But I've always go back to maintaining a healthy relationship with my family, a healthy relationship with God, and also a healthy relationship wherever I go. And just trying to maintain that perspective of where we are all imperfect, the most imperfect people in the world, and then go from there. Even when I get agitated at somebody or somebody makes me upset, I always try to find a way to give a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. But there are times where you have to speak up, and there are times where you have to stand your ground. And so, it just depends on the situation at that particular time. But anyway, this concludes my call, and I thank you for being on the call. And if I have more tips, by the way, so I think I have like 6 more tips that I can share with you if you're wanting to know more about that. If you want to know more about how to maintain a healthier aging and get those tips, just message below, and I will definitely send them to you. Okay, so you guys have a good one. I thank you for being here, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Woo. So exciting. Okay, guys, take care, gals. Bye bye.